Hey guys, thanks for staying out so late. So my name's Kyrie Gray. I'm from America. I'm a stand-up comedian and improv performer. And my journey started about 5 years ago when I ran away from America because I was working at a Macy's and came to China. So let's start with this. I was asked to talk to you guys about reading and how important reading is. There is no one reason, but I'm going to give you a few reasons that I have seen in my own life and through teaching. So, from the ages of 13 to 18, you could find me every Wednesday at a local library volunteering. And some of you might be thinking, oh, she's such a good person. No, I was selfish. Because that way I could grab the books as they were being processed before they went out, and I could read them first. So I spent most of my life reading. I actually grew up in a TV family. We were very much TV watchers, and eventually I started watching a television series called Wishbone. You're all too young to know what this is, but it was a dog who went on adventures in books. But because of this, I went to the library and I read every Wishbone book there was, and there was about 60 of them in 4 months. Now, I didn't realize at the time, but the thing that reading did for me is it made me smarter. Now, it might seem obvious, but let me explain. There's two kinds of smart. It will improve your vocabulary, yes, but it will also give you a wealth of cultural knowledge that you won't get in any other way. How many of you like American television? Yeah, you did.
Box office.
There's too much illegal things on Baidu. I know it's you. But the thing about television is they pull a lot of things from literature, from the knowledge you have from things like the Bible, from Shakespeare, from Dickens. And in your own culture, they probably pull things from the Monkey King, from Confucius. And only if you read do you have that knowledge, and then you can understand the TV or the movie or the director's message. So reading doesn't just make you smarter when you speak because your words are cooler, but it improves that knowledge, it improves your brains when it comes to understanding what's happening in a story, in any medium. So we'll skip over my working in underprivileged schools because nobody cares about that. And I'm going to tell you, I came to China and I started teaching English, as you do. And so what I first realized was I was working with middle school students, and middle school students in China didn't read a lot of things that interested them. Could you agree with that?
Yeah, maybe.
And so that was a problem because what I decided to do was to have them read because you need to, but instead of just focusing on vocabulary, we started to look at the stories and develop empathy. Reading will put you into somebody else's shoes. You will see other people's experiences in a way that you probably won't get to unless your parents travel around the world or you're really into the news. And so with reading, you might understand how African Americans had a rough time in America. You might understand that there is a lot of gray areas to people who commit crimes. And you might understand that the things you think are true aren't necessarily true. And the next level, are you girls in high school or middle school?
High school.
High school. So you should be at the highest level of reading. And this, you should already know how to find out the fate. You should have a good vocabulary, and you're always doing that when you read. But by the time you're in high school, one thing I teach my students to do is to really look at how things are being said and portrayed. I don't know if you're paying attention, but there's a lot of talk about fake news going around right now. And the thing about anything you read, blogs, books, news articles, everything is written from a perspective. So the one thing you should also learn to do when you read, and the importance of reading a lot, is you start to see patterns. And you can decipher how people are saying things, where they're coming from, and you'll pick up on words or phrases that don't fit with a certain narrative that are being used to make you think a certain way. And once you can read those, once you see them in writing enough, you start to hear them. And by reading, by being engaged with what you read, you get not just a vocabulary, you get the ability to start to really not just see the truth, but defend the truth. All right, I'm just gonna leave you on this. Whatever you choose to do with your reading, whether you want to create books, whether you want to write for write journalism, what I chose to do with all my reading is to go tell dirty jokes on stage and make people care about things like sexual assault through humor. That's what I've used language for. But you get to decide, and I hope that you really do read and you engage and you create. So thank you guys.